Okay, so this week's Raw pretty much entirely encompassed one giant thing. Who would become the new Universal Champion? We begin with all four of the guys in the ring. Owens gets in some nice one-liners. Cass holds his own reasonably well. And then ends up being a melee at the end. So, standard, all the guys are going to fight. So I'll actually go from about beginning to end, because that's how it works best to bookend these things. Throughout the night, they show little vignettes of everybody. No, decent vignettes. They're not bad. The problem is, if you've watched wrestling for a long time, you've kind of seen all of this, and you kind of know who you're already pulling for. So we get to the match. Elimination match. So, of course, like all these matches, you get two guys outside the ring, two guys work a singles match, so it actually extends the time for the match. Big Cass surprisingly holds his own very well in this. Works pretty well with Owens, works pretty well with Rollins, works decently well with Reigns. Surprising. You know, he's very much the hot tag, but he's shown to be very, very proficient by himself in the ring. If you want to contrast, Titus ONeil. There. Of course, he's the first one to go out. After eating a Superman punch, I forget, it's like a Mishikawa kick. That's the short super kick to the head, and a frog splash. Alright. Match keeps on going. Reigns is laying around there outside the ring. Goes to pick up Rollins. Then out of nowhere, Triple H in Texas. The place we haven't, the place we last saw H. He's been lying in wait since WrestleMania, waiting to strike at Roman Reigns. Reigns took his title from him. He's taking the title from him. Good. Pedigree on the outside rolls him in, throws Rollins on top. 1, 2, 3, gets in the ring. It's now Rollins and Owens. Goes over to Owens. Turns out, kicks Rollins in the stomach. Pedigrees Rollins. After looking at Owens like, you ready for this? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Crowd going absolutely ballistic. Thank you, Based H everywhere. People was like, what? Ah! They're like, he did it! It's Owens. Out of those four, Owens was pretty much the most logical choice. It gives Reigns someone to feud with, because he's feuding with Rusev. It gives Rollins someone to feud with Owens, because of what happened there. It allows him to push Rollins as a potential babyface, which the crowd's wanted to embrace him as since he came back, and he's got an awesome babyface moveset. Throw in that Phoenix Splash. Do it. He's got a high-flying offense that makes sense for a face. And they need a good, young face the crowd can get behind for about the next 5-6 months. And the crowd saying, you deserve it. Owens is going nuts. Man, we can see Owens Jericho for the title. We can see Owens Rollins for the title. Owens Reigns. Owens Sami Zayn for the title. To contrast these two, Owens lost to Sami Zayn. Goes on to main event, becomes new champion. Who does Sami Zayn fight? Jinder Mahal. So Owens, new champion, awesome drama. Why? They need new faces. And because with NXT, the future is now. Beautifully done. Other high point. Bayley's walking around like, hey, big hugs. Hey, big hugs. And then runs into the New Day. Big E's rubbing the title on his chest and kissing it like a baby. A New Day and Bayley is amazing. Done. Give those guys their own YouTube show, their own show on the network. Just done. Done. And then Dana Brooke shows up and cuts a pretty solid promo on him. She's a decent smack talker. Which then leads to her teaming up with the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club is still doing dry humor. This time it's about an octogenarian leisurely destination. It spells old fart. And they're like, with our nursing staff, Dana Brooke, who then pops up in like pseudo nurse garb. Like all things with Eve, it's funny one time, drive that sucker into the ground. Once it's into the ground, it's not down far enough. You need to break that crust. You need to get into the mantle. Reach the core of the earth. And then you haven't driven down far enough. So you go past the core, through the mantle on the other side, and out through the crust. You might hit a part where it's so bad, it's ironically funny again. So their match is all Bayley and New Day, and the crowd loving every second of it. Bullet Club? Sorry, the club? Good job. Dana Brooke, you knew she did the pin. But the nice thing is, Charlotte's on commentary. It's like, oh, Dana lost again. I can only do so much. Heal, Charlotte. Heal. Heal like you've never healed before. What else happened? Match 2 of the best of 7 Sheamus Cesaro. Let's be honest, now it's like match 102 of their never-ending struggle to put two guys who work well into a match that's a solid match, but the crowd's not invested into it too much. So we see nice back and forth. These two guys work well, but we've just seen this match too many times. We just have. It's hard to get invested when you're like, oh, it's a good match. If they do, an injury in one match, transition to the next one, that's good sequential storytelling. I like that. Which they might be doing in this. The finish sees Cesaro take a backdrop on the outside where he lands partially on the apron and then hits tailbone first onto the ring post. Looks wicked. Gets in the ring, cloverleaf, taps out. Good match. Sheamus up 2-0. All right. Are they going to do the he's down 3-0? Got to win 4 matches in a row against Sheamus? Sure. Could they actually do a clean sweep by Sheamus? I hope not. But, solid match. Just hard to get invested because it also is after New Day and Bayley. Crowd's spent. Titus and Darren Young had a match and somebody won. That's another misalignment one there. Titus ONeil has a great babyface presence. He does. He's got the fan man thing. He's like intergalactic universal father of the decade. And Darren Young he has a certain amount of cockiness to him. Darren Young with a little bit of work could very easily be the Raw's version of The Miz. He's got enough cocky swagger that comes across naturally that doesn't say a good guy. It says cocky heel. And when he kind of cheated it a little bit, Bob Backlund's help, I was thinking, you know what? That actually could work. Bob Backlund, I'm your life coach, and you need to win. Win at all costs. Perfect. Gives him character development, gets him to go forward, and it puts Titus in a natural face position. Because Titus, big, strong guy. He should not be working underneath the baby face. He should be working on top of the baby face with a smaller guy using heel tactics to win. There you go. That's simple. It's easy. You don't do the whole, our characters are really complex. You get complex characters when they have time to develop themselves. With no character development, you can't have complex characters. Trying to do complex characters with no character development doesn't work. It doesn't. So Paul Heyman and Stephanie had a weird promo because they threw in the women's revolution as like a side note that made no sense. But Paul was like, I'll pay the fine $500. Here you go. All right. Cool with that. And Steph was like, there's a storm coming. Paul. That's right. Brock Lesnar. I don't want to see Brock Shane. I don't. With the impending return of Goldberg, I don't want to see Brock Goldberg. Don't. Here's what I want to see. I want to see Brock become champion again and lose at wrestling to Sami Zayn. Or Shinsuke Nakamura. Or Samoa Joe. Or Rusev. I want to see him lose to a young up-and-comer. Or maybe He's champion, and at WrestleMania, he defends Universal Champion against full-on Demon King, WrestleMania, 10-minute intro, and I would probably even have like The Undertaker. I would have Finn Balor meet The Undertaker and then come out as like Super Omega, Undead, Necromantic, Demon King. Telling him to come down like he's Sauron with the one eye. Like he's Doomsday, Rambo, Apocalypse, Darkseid, Thanos. Demon King. Deadman. Super Shredder. And then have him just destroy Brock Lesnar. Have him take his abilities to like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan level. Just with like black and red flan everywhere. Have him go full like evil Ryu, Akuma, Gorky, Ryoken, everything. Just Fusion Dance, Undertaker, whole 9 yards. Just have that happen. But Shane, Brock, no. 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 Darth Vader, no. 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 Now, keeping the continuity, super awesome, cool dad, douchey, gift of Jericho drinking man. Took on Neville. Why? Because he cost Neville the match last week. Nice back and forth. Sick. Lion Tamer. Liked it. Love it. Shut up, Felipe. Put my tattooed arm in your face. Just perfect. Well, Sasha Banks doesn't require back surgery, which most people kind of knew. So that was pretty much Raw. Had some good stuff. Bayley New Day. That Fatal 4-Way. And it had some bad stuff. Man, like, sorry, Sam, you is Jinder Mahal. Sorry, Titus, you get Darren Young in a heatless feud.